everyone. It's the coach. Welcome to EA Sports coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square off against their rivals from the NFC. I'll be back at halftime, but first, let's get you downtown to Camping World Stadium. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl game. As always, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, Rams and Patriots still a week away. We'll touch on that later. But as Coach said, the AFC coming in here on a 2-game win streak.
And I love the fact that it's back to AFC versus NFC. We had that little time frame with captain's picks, and there was no side. I didn't like that. So let's see if the NFC can get into it. Drew Brees will be their starting quarterback. Probably a little perturbed about how his season ended. And Patrick Mahomes from Kansas City, what a second season for that youngster.
All set to go now from Orlando. The 2019 NFL Pro Bowl is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, able to avoid him. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The NFC offense taking the field, being led in blue by the NFL's all-time passing leader. 12th Pro Bowl nomination for the great QB from New Orleans, Drew Brees.
And you and I both know that this is not easy for him. It's fun to play football at any time, but you know he'd rather be preparing for the Super Bowl and still trying to get that missed call out of his head that may have prevented his Saints from getting there.
This is the Rams' Todd Gurley, his third Pro Bowl in 4 seasons. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 30 on second down, Brees. Flush to his right. And he slides to avoid the hit. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Brees. Works over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. For Drew Brees, this his 12th Pro Bowl nomination. Though he hasn't played all 12 years, but still, what a career and what a season. And to do it at this age, unbelievable.
Not too bad for a guy who turned 40 the week leading up to the NFC Championship game. He keeps himself in such superb physical condition and still loves everything that goes along with football. He may play till he's 60. And Brandon, you know that expression, he just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find out.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack.
Now, how about that play right there? Party, remember I told you about the home run hitter theory that someone told me years ago?
What's that?
Meaning a guy who hits home runs in the major leagues, go back and trace what he did all the way growing up, probably hit home runs at every level. That's just who he is. Well, this guy sacked people all during the regular season. Why wouldn't he do the same thing here at the Pro Bowl?
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. He's going to float this over the middle deep, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. For the NFC, boy, you talk about a dynamic set of backs and receivers. We'll see Zeke later on, but Saquon Barkley, Todd Gurley, they're your starters. That's 1, 2, 3 in the NFL in rushing last year. And then how about out wide? Julio Jones, Michael Thomas, Zach Ertz leading a deep group. Weapons galore for Drew Brees and the other NFC QBs. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Brees. Hard throw, incomplete.
Brees pass intended for Zach Ertz.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep for the AFC, the Jets' Andre Roberts. A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year for the Rams, there on the stop.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
On 2nd down, it's Conner, and he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the AFC in possession of the football to start quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Here's Brett Kern now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Breeze. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
The drive offensively. Great start.
And the job, 2nd and 20. Down. 65 yards. And the NFC strikes quickly for 6. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that come, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. His kick is good, and the NFC goes up 7-0. Pretty clean. And simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he finds his Chiefs teammate, Travis Kelce. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right. And that game was played out in L.A. in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham, nickname Automatic.
Mahomes now on 1st down. And he gets it to his KC running mate. That's Tyreek Hill. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw is Mahomes. The tight end Kelce has it over the middle. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. For Patrick Mahomes, what a season he had. First as a full-time starter, and he goes over 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and rewarded with his first Pro Bowl.
And think about if you're in Kansas City, the organization, the team, the city, how well are you set up for future years with that youngster as your quarterback? Not only are the guys on the team excited about it, think about free agents, thinking about where they might want to play. If you're a free agent receiver, you're thinking Kansas City.
Mahomes firing complete, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. With the tight end drag route.
And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now Mahomes. Looking for Kelce there, but it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. The 40. He's at the 30. Past the 20. And he's going to bring this one back for an NFC touchdown.
I have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
Rosas to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And Hill with it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch. There brings up second down. To throw again on second down. Mahomes looking left side. That's caught by Landry. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Mahomes now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top, as we'll send you across town to our studios here in Orlando and check in with the coach at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
The NFC looking to rewrite a little history as they lead this 2019 Pro Bowl at the break. Now remember, they've lost both of the previous Pro Bowls played here in Orlando. But maybe, just maybe, this is the one to break the streak. A lot still to play for in the second half as we go back to Camping World Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now here's Mahomes. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Hopkins on the grab over the middle. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Well, he was so good throwing the football on 3rd down during the regular season. Why wouldn't it carry over here to the Pro Bowl?
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during the, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with?
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 2nd and 11 now. Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On the return is Cohen, pushing through the contact. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Breeze and the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd down and 4. Breeze looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
95-56, 95-56. Check.
On 1st down, Breeze. And as he does in New Orleans, he'll get this to Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. It's the NFC with the lead and the football as we start the 4th. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
First thrown out for the backup, Rodgers. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Mahomes. On target over the middle to Hill. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Wide-open receiver complete. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Mahomes now on first down. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. 13 yards, and it keeps the drive moving. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's Mahomes to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And movement up front looks like a false start for the AFC. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a tough 3rd and 8. Mahomes used to moving quickly in college, trying to get his guys to the line. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, possession switches hands. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to the ground, this time with Gurley. Finding some room at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out run is coming. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On first down, it's Gurley. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Credit the tackle to the Texans' middle linebacker, Benardrick McKinney. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Goff going to throw it. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody. Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new QB1 face of the franchise or enjoy the Madden you already know and love with Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, or a quick pickup game and exhibition.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Jared Goff and the NFC champion Los Angeles Rams as they take on Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. I'll see you again at halftime as we preview some of the action coming up on Sunday. But for now, it's Thursday Night Football. And on the call, as always, it's Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Charles Davis alongside me, and I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, folks, the wait is over. Yes, it's just the preseason, but football is back in your living room.
And I'm excited. I know you are as well. The summer heat feels good on these old bones, especially because we're not putting on pads. We don't have to be out there in that heat running into other people. But I'm glad these guys are. Football is back.
Carlson now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led by a man who grew up across the bay in the town of Novato. It's the first-round pick from nearby Cal Berkeley, and that's Jared Goff.
And how about it? When you're the #1 overall pick, there's an incredible sense of excitement. I'm sure there's pride for he and his family to be that guy.
And some pressure.
Boy, does it bring some responsibility and pressure with it as well, doesn't it? Because he's expected to be the so-called savior as well as the face of the franchise. So here's his opportunity, and now he's back at home, so to speak, playing in front of some familiar faces.
They run. It's Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Quickly now, here's a look at the Rams offense.
And I think the entire league benefited when Andrew Whitworth made the decision to come back for his 13th NFL season. Still one of the best offensive tackles in the game. 4 Pro Bowls, 2 times first-team All-Pro. He's now 10th among active players in the NFL in games started.
Hold on.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Quickly now, the starting 11 for the Oakland defense.
Let's talk about Vontaze Burfict, the versatile linebacker. You can play him inside, you can play him outside. Undrafted coming out of college, and that still fuels him. Gives him that huge chip on his shoulder. And when he's right and plays at his best, one of the best linebackers in the league. Just has to know where the line is so he doesn't go past it and cost his team some penalties.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Goff now looks to throw. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
20. 54.
From the 44, Goff out left. He's got it to Everett. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And now in Raider territory at the 46. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
He wasn't ready.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. There's Goff. Open man Chris Higbee, the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing the 4-for-4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Here we go on 4th. Gone. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. And that could be a